7th level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. What?
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow bright hair all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really hello, casting, wardrobe, y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these fans on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not going to see it? We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, baby, you ate on this first date, you giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Well, you gonna run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's our new theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. This what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Ow. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Woo, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitch was going to, I thought Lil Bird was going to turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lou and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation by trying to find out if Lil Bird was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitch was probably fucking in prison. Girl. Uncle Cliff, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. Well, he had it on look like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Iyanla Van Zandt's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup clumped in everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. And you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. And Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see it. Hit me up in my DMs. I do want to see if you have some blue thongs or blue, jock strap or something like that. I'd love to see it. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy.
Hey, people. Hey. I'm getting my water bottles in. Well, my flavored water. What is up, people? Hey. What is going on? We are back. Welcome to Run Your Mouth. Today is Tuesday, July 22nd, 2025, and we have a lot to talk about. A lot. The dossier, y'all, is packed. I don't know how I'm going to get through all of the sugar spike segments. We got a lot to talk. Listen, we have a lot to talk about, a lot to discuss, converse about, unpack, all of those things. So I ain't gonna even hold it too long. I'm gonna say my hellos and all of that good jazz, and then we're gonna go ahead and get this party started because there is just so very much for us to talk about. Okay. There's so much to talk about, so much to discuss. So let me go ahead and say, hey, Demetria, DPG, crazy homebody girl. Hey, my love. Terrence, what is good, bro? What is up? Tracy W is here. Hey, Lock Queen, what's going on? L Sid, how are you today? Can't stay but showing some love. Well, thanks for the love. Speaking of showing me some love, Can you come show me some love, Cams, and rub me the right way? I'm just saying. Hey, Cams, we got to talk about. I'm glad you here, Cams, because we do need to talk about Minneapolis. So I might drop the link for you, Cams, if you indulge me and decide to come up, because we do have to talk about Minneapolis. Do. Hey, Cassandra. Hey, Montrez, what's good, bro? Say, Vaughn, how are you doing, my love? Ciao. Shout out to all of the Leos that are in the chat. I guess. Leo, okay. My ex was a Leo. His birthday is August 15th. An ex of mine. Probably my best ex, if I'm being honest. I guess. Anyway, we are not doing red, blue, and black today. No. Hey, Janae. Don't use my message to solicit Cam. Listen, we use what we have to use over here. We use what we can. I'm just saying. Girl. Anyway, y'all, I told y'all we have a packed dossier. So if y'all are ready, I'm ready. Go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and share the video out. All of that good jazz. We're about to get this party started. Put a Shondo in the chat. Let me know you ready to get this party started. Whether you ready, whether you're ready or not, I am ready. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, non-binary gender conforming members of our audience, I bring to you the late great Larry Myers to help us usher in our Sugar Spike segment.
Oh, God. You see, this is the part that I like.
Major sugar spike.
So long, well, I want to fight. That he gave, his only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And who shall ever believe?
Major sugar spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus! I wish somebody help me.
Jesus. Thank you, Larry. So we start off our Sugar Spike segment. Hey, Lady D. Hey, Universal Goddess. Hey, Miss Shorty B. What's going on, y'all, as y'all roll up in the building? So we start off our Sugar Spike segment. And let me just say this today before we get started. Everybody gonna get a little something. Everybody gonna get a little tap. Everybody is getting a little bit of tap. Shout out to Tap. When I was in college, it was somebody that went to school with us. His nickname was Tap. And Tap loved to tap. He loved to fight, okay? Tap. Mama likes to fight, okay? He didn't fuck off. Baby, when we got about this good club, baby, you never knew who he was going to tap. That night, he used to like to fight. So, I'm gonna do like tap today. Everybody getting tap today. Everybody gonna get some. The Republicans, the Dems, everybody getting some. Everybody is getting a little tap today. I'm sorry. Well, and I ain't gonna even hold you, okay? Hey, Ravine, what's going on, boo? What's going on? Anyway, so, hey, Paul. Hey. Y'all see him. Y'all look. Y'all. Anyway, now the gentleman that you see there is, I guess I should say now, former Republican representative from the great state of Tennessee, Representative Mark Green, who resigned from his position, who announced his resignation from the Senate. Now, with his current resignation, That means that the House now has 431 members in the House. Okay. So that means that there are now 219 Republicans, 212 Democrats in the House. And that's just a 7-seat difference as we get closer and closer to the midterm elections. Now, this is the point where I'm supposed to say thank you for your service. We're so happy. You know, we wish you the best. I wish you nothing. I don't. I wish no good things for you. I wish nothing good for you. Nothing. Um, I wish nothing. I'm just saying. Uh, he wrote in a statement on social media. He said, "quote It's with a heavy heart that I say farewell to my constituents across Tennessee's 7th district. Thank you. The trust you put in me is humbling. I will look back fondly on my years of serving as your voice in Washington." End of quote. Here's my deal with all of these recent resignations of these Republicans. Why couldn't y'all resign before y'all voted to advance to make law that bill a couple weeks ago? Hey, Uncle Jay. Hey, Karen D. Hey, Xavier. I'm just saying. Uh, mm-mm. Yeah, because everybody can't sit by you, Xavier. You know that. But yeah, sir, we're not. All of these people got this shit going on. Now, y'all want to remove yourself from the situations because y'all know this shit is about to be a fucking dumpster fire. You all, the Republicans alike, have started to really unpack and read exactly what it is that they have done. And you see several defections. You see people resigning. You see people ceremoniously saying that they're not going to run for re-election. Everybody want to get the fuck out of Dodge now. Nobody wants to be associated with what's about to come. With the fact that you people just voted to basically further the end of this democratic republic as we know it. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Them hoes know what's up. Hey, Uncle Jay, I got to say hello to Uncle Jay again because then he gonna accuse me of not saying hello to him. Hello, Uncle Jay. How are you today, sir? Lord. Everybody be getting so mad. Anyway, sir, go to hell and you can't get out fast enough. Bye. In other news of Republicans out of a damn job, that's that bitch right there, Alina Haba, the woman who was the top prosecutor for the U.S. district in New Jersey. Remember, she was the reason that Ross Baraka was arrested and LaMonica McIver when they went over there to check on that ICE facility. She was the one who made sure that LaMonica McIver was indicted. Remember that? Well, now this whore don't have a job. Oh well. Judges on the U.S. District Court of New Jersey have declined to retain President Trump's pick for the state's top federal prosecutor, Alina Haba, as the time on her interim status runs out. In a terse standing order, the court tapped attorney Desiree Lee Grace to lead the office hours before the expiration of Haba's 120-day temporary term. The appointment is effective as of today, according to the order signed by the U.S. District Judge Renee Marie Bum. the district's chief judge. Haba, who served as a personal lawyer for Trump, assumed the role in March. Her profile as a staunch defender of the president in the courtroom and the press was raised while representing him in his business fraud case and the defamation and sexual assault lawsuits brought by advice columnist E. Jean Carroll. She ain't got no job no more. She gone. Oh well. Don't let the door hit you. You know the rest. Oh well. Bye. Bagger. Now, I fully expect for your president, Donald John, to find a way to put her on the federal bench. Oh, please don't believe this is going to go. Just she's going to just go away. Oh, please be clear. They're going to find a way to put her somewhere, and I could see her being just like Emil Bovee and being appointed to the federal bench. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Hey, Tracy C. Hey, lovely 31 Blueprint. Child, listen. Fuck that whore. Fuck her life. Go with God. In more sugar spiky news, y'all see how I'm trying to get through these? Because I'm getting through some of these preliminary ones early because we really have some stuff to break down and that we got to give some real estate and space to. Let me see where I'm at. Cams. The next story, Cams, after this one, this link is for Cams, y'all. If you want Cams to come up for this next story involving Minneapolis, you can. There's the link. That link is for Cams. It's for not this story, but the next story, if he chooses to come up. So right there, you have Rahm Emanuel, right? That's Rahm Emanuel, right? Now, that's him on the Megyn Kelly show getting interviewed by that whore. Now, we know that he is on record saying that he's thinking about running for president, of course, as a Democrat because he is a registered Democrat, right? However, while he was on this show with Megyn Kelly, and for the record, I don't know, let me get to this before I go there. Megyn Kelly asked Rahm Emanuel, quote, "Can a man become a woman?" End of quote. To which he responded, quote, "Can a man become a woman? Not no." End of quote. To which Megyn Kelly responded, "Thank you," quote, "Thank you. Why don't more people in your party just say that?" End of quote. To which he said, quote, "Because I'm now going to go into a witness protection plan." End of quote. Because he know he had fucked up. That's someone seeking the Democratic bid for president of these yet to be United States under the Democrat. It is Cams. It is. That is someone seeking the Democratic nomination for president of these yet to be United States of America, on record, basically saying that trans people do not exist. And if you think he's an anomaly in the Democratic Party, you're fooling yourself. I don't understand people on the left in 2025 continuing to try to go over to these conservative platforms and play nice with people who do not play nicely. Like, I do not understand that. Hey, Catherine Powell, why are people on the left taking their asses over there to talk to Megyn Kelly and Rahm Emanuel and Joe Rogan and what's the other white guy with the thick mustache with the podcast? I can't think of his name. But why do y'all go over there? He was the white guy. He was just saying, "Oh, this ain't what I voted for when I voted for Trump." God, I can't think of his name. Whatever. Like, and let's be clear. I'm glad we got you on record saying it. Please be clear. I'm glad that you're just being open with your bigotry. Now, for those people saying, well, who the hell is Rahm Emanuel? Rahm Emanuel is a former staffer for President Barack Hussein Obama. Matter of fact, he was Obama's chief of staff. He was also mayor of Chicago. That was before Lori Lightfoot. So he's been in some of the bluest of blue circles and in some of the highest levels of the Democratic Party, right? Andrew Schultz. Thank you, Xavier. That's who I was talking about, Andrew Schultz. He's been in some of the highest circles in the Democratic Party. And he is saying that he's mulling over running in the primaries to be the Democratic nominee for president. And he is on record saying trans people don't exist. Yep. Hero! Hero! Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Ciao. He did. He did, Xavier. That was in the Laquan McDonald situation. Listen, I bring this up and I highlight this because when you see people on the left going on these shows, being interviewed by these right-wing people, the MAGA nuts, they're trying to play nice or expand the base. These are establishment Dems who we don't need any parts of because they share the same ideologies as many of these people on that side. That's why they're over there talking to these people. They share some of the same racism, discrimination, and bigotry as those people purportedly on the right, even though these people are purportedly on the left. They're all over there being racist, discriminatory, and bigoted. I do not. That's why I tell y'all, I don't entertain those people. I have no space for those people. And that's why you continue to hear me say over and over and over. You continue to hear me say over and over and over. Everybody can go. Fuck them all. Fire everybody. Nobody's safe. But here we are. Here we are. Cams, if you could come up, I'm about to get to the next story. But I just wanted y'all to see this and just highlight the fact that Rahm Emanuel, like I said, who's been in the highest levels within the Democratic Party, is saying out loud how a lot of people in the Democratic Party feel about trans people. Here we are. So yesterday, I wanted to get to this story. Hey, state of being, the state of being. And I told y'all I just didn't have enough time. There just wasn't enough real estate with us doing a manic Monday yesterday. I just didn't have enough time to get to it. Let me know when you're ready, Cams. So that is Omar Fateh. And Omar Fateh is the now candidate for mayor of Minneapolis. He's been endorsed already. Cams, you ready? In the back, Cams? He might be getting his mic and stuff together. I don't know. Anyway, um, what was I saying? Okay. He's already been endorsed by the what's the name of it? It's not the Democratic Party, it's the Democratic Labor Party. I believe that's the name of their party. Of the Democrats, and it's the DFL. I think it's Democratic Farmer Labor Party, if I'm not mistaken. Cams will correct me, but I'm almost sure it's the Democratic Farmer Labor Party, which is prevailing Democratic Party. Um, so he has won that nomination for. Hey, I hear you now. Hey y'all, we got my boo thing. Yeah.
Hi.
He
What's
been
up?
he been neglecting us, y'all. He been neglecting us.
No, it's in year, so you know what that means for me.
Hmm. Anyway, so Cams, I wanted to talk about this and break this down. And I'll let you talk about the. And you may know more. You may have more to say about the insides of the politics. Was I right with the being the Democratic Farmer Labor Party?
Democratic Farmer Labor, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
You may be able to talk a little bit more about the inside politics of that. I want to talk the inside politics of it, but then talk about the spillover, because we see Zoran Mamdani over in New York City.
Yep.
We now have uh, uh, um, Omar Fateh over here in Minneapolis, and the Democrats are about to show you their true colors. They've already started over there in New York City. And these people have all of their dirty slips just all showing and hanging out. Their Islamophobia, their discrimination, their racism, and bigotry is on full fucking display. And and the other thing I'm gonna say before I pitch it over to Cams is the fact that we are seeing in a bigger scale now what I've been screaming about over here for the last 4 or 5 years, the attack from the Democratic Party on their own when someone that's progressive wins the party's nomination, or someone that's progressive is running for a seat. I'll pitch it over to you, Cams.
So do you want to talk about what happened at the convention and why it's being contested, or do you just want to jump
Hmm.
into
Hmm.
what are their policy positions,
We can
for
talk about what happened first, because
Okay,
many people aren't aware of what happened first.
so they just recently had their convention. The DFL just had the convention for the mayoral race that is going to be happening later this year. So delegates voted electronically, but there were some delays and technical issues, which led to a lot of phrase supporters to leave before the final vote. Mind you, this was a caucus, which I have my feelings about that, but we'll move on. Fatah then won 60% basically of the votes through a show of hands amongst the remaining delegates. And as of now, Frey's campaign has challenged the process due to the technical issues, and they're also trying to, push the narrative that the outcome should be decided by the broader November electorate, not just the convention delegates. You can argue which way about that, but essentially, what this is showing is the split within the DFL is also the largest split within the Democratic Party nationally. And I think that Frey is perceived as moderate or centrist. They are a lot of the critics are arguing that he has not gone far enough on reforming policing or addressing systemic issues. For instance, Frey did not support full defunding of the Minneapolis Police Department, but there was a legal reason behind that because the Minneapolis charter states how many police that Minneapolis is supposed to have. So I think that's a little bit of a kind of red herring that people have been using against him, but he has vetoed several progressive measures like the Labor Standards Board. There was a huge issue with them trying to increase the rideshare driver income. A lot of people within Minneapolis and like the suburbs didn't really support that. And he's also opposed rent control initiatives, which Fauci has been on board as saying he really supports rent control. Um, but Frey basically ever since Black Lives Matter, they've been on his neck. They did not like how he didn't support full defunding of the police department. The DFL here, they want stronger progressive voices because Fauci he's a democratic socialist. But I don't know. I don't know because it's going to be an interesting race because I think that St. Paul has had rent control, but in Minneapolis, they've had what's called Minneapolis 2040. So essentially, what that was is they've gotten rid of single family zoning, so they could build, duplexes up to, fourplexes. So he's been on the side of it's the supply that's the issue. So we need to build more housing. That way pricing goes down, which Frey, he is correct because actually rental prices have gone down about 4% here, whereas everywhere else in major cities, it's an affordability crisis right now. So I don't know. But I will say Fauci wants to kind of reform a lot of the system. Um, I don't know. Like I have to research him some more, but like I
I
know.
I know that in my looking, and it speaks to the greater issue with the Democratic Party. There was a time where far left leaning Dems were called communists, and that became the bad word. And now the new bad word in terms of being a far left leaning Democrat is being seen as a socialist. In the same vein, on the other side of the aisle, a far right leaning Republican is oftentimes seen as a fascist, which many of them are. Um, so I don't. I really like a lot of the socialist policies and things that they have in place. I'm curious to see because Minnesota politics is a little different than New
Yes,
York politics.
yes, yes,
Um, New York, these people are full-throated, racist, Islamophobic. However, there's a large Muslim community in uh, uh, Minnesota.
and yes, there is, and I think that him being Somali American is going to turn some people off. To
Hmm.
be quite frank, I'm also a little bit hesitant to go full left. I live here. I've seen what's been going on with certain crimes where they just don't prosecute because they're juvenile offenders. And there have been people that have been arrested 6 times within a month for stealing cars and crashing them. And our DA does absolutely nothing. So
Mm.
I think some people in the DFL are like, look, I'm very progressive when it comes to certain things, but there's other things where I'm not as progressive.
And I
Be-
think that's where you have to toe the line. There has to be a balance. You
And I
can't
think that's
go.
why people are mad at Frey because they had homeless encampments here um, during the winter, and like they were doing drugs. They had like open flames. People's houses were getting burned down, and then you have these super leftist people saying, "Oh, well, they have insurance." And anyone that's been through something where you pretty much get taken out, like that insurance isn't going to cover everything, and it still takes time for you to get that check. So I think there's a little bit of tone deafness. Like we need to really look at what are the most important issues facing Minneapolis right now. But I think that what we're getting is a purity test. If you don't meet all of this criteria, I'm not going to vote for you, even though realistically, a lot of these things that the super progressives in Minnesota want to do, it requires state cooperation because the legislature has to push that. And to be quite frank, the House was 50-50, was
Mm,
50-50. And now the DFL is down a person because of the assassination. Let's just
yeah.
call it a buck. So Minnesota is not as blue as people think it is. The Twin Cities is very blue in presidential
Right.
elections, but once you get outside of that, once you get outside those first ring suburbs, it gets very red very quickly.
I'm glad that you shared that. Like I said, the politics of Minnesota Dems is very different from the politics of New York Dems. The New York and Minnesota are two different places. I want to see how this shakes out. When we've seen the Democratic Party go full throttle to axe or 86 someone who's considered a progressive. We've seen it in states like we saw it in Ohio with Nina Turner. We saw it in they tried to do it to Summer Lee in Pennsylvania. We saw it in many times over in New York. We saw it in Texas with Jessica Cisneros in that San Antonio area. We've seen it in even in some areas of California. Um, and we've seen it rear its ugly head in Michigan. I've seen it in the Ann Arbor area. We've had instances in Detroit area as well where they have tried to 86 people who have been progressives by doing some very nefarious things. So I'm going to be following this race. I'll be following certainly the Zoran Mamdani case. As y'all know, I am a progressive myself. So I'm going to be looking at these progressive races just to see how they shake out. But I really wanted to get a little bit of that inside view. And I notice how the Democratic Party, whenever votes don't go their way, now they're contesting it. Now there's a lot of contesting inside their own party. There was no contesting of the other party when it's looking like there may have been a lot of nefarious things actually going on in the 2024 elections. But I'm gonna shut up about it. Thank you, Cams, for giving us that insight. You gonna stay up here with me, or you gonna go down?
I don't have anything else going on, so I can definitely stay.
Okay. I think I saw Angela Roche come in. I know her birthday was yesterday. And we're gonna have a quick birthday shot. Let me pull up a little birthday. What I'm gonna take a shot of. We're gonna take a shot of the BVI. Everybody get y'all birthday shots. We're gonna take a quick birthday shot for oh for Angela. You can take a shot of water. I'm taking a shot of this because we got to say a happy birthday to Angela. Uh-huh. Y'all be trying to get me fucked up. All right.
You do that to yourself. Also, happy birthday, Angela.
Yes, happy birthday. Um, Up to it, down to it, whatever they say, we just do it. This is for our girl, my girl, Miss Angela.
That's a working woman.
Oof. Oof. Mm. Mm. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Put a little hair on your chest.
It don't it? Who else came up in here? Let's see. Hey, Sharice Boo. Hey, Cymera. I saw you come up in here, Cymera. Cymera. I thought I saw Felicia coming here too. If she did, hey, Felicia. And speaking of coming up in here, the ghetto. Talking about the ghetto.
Chef.
The ghetto. Hey, Chef Don Don. All the way. from the ghetto.
Oh, LT, I forgot to tell you something too about this whole story.
What
I
happened?
think the big issue is he wants to raise the minimum wage to $20 by 2028.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna tell you, a lot of people don't know this. The Twin Cities is actually kind of overrepresented by fortune companies. They're not going for that. They're not going to go for that at all. I think that's going to be the real big reason they want him out of here, and the rent control that he's trying to push. The landlords
Interesting.
are a very, very, very big political voice, and you know them fortune companies, they just got money.
A lot of money to throw out there,
This
and the
home to
Democratic Party,
Freedom,
big pockets to
United
pour into.
Healthcare, Target, they all out here.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck United Healthcare though, but
Child, they, listen, Janae, it's okay. Hey, Antonia. Um, in more sugar spiky news, I kept telling y'all this is coming. Well, and now we're here. Universal Goddess. That's one of my Haitian princesses. You'd like to hear this story. The administration of President Donald Trump has said it will deport Haitians living in the United States as legal permanent residents. Let me say there again, they're going to deport legal permanent residents if they are deemed to have quote supported or collaborated in with the Haitian gang Vive Ensemble. Now y'all know this is just gonna be just like the Venezuelan gang that I can't think of right now. Name of that damn gang. It'll come to me. But they're about to do the same thing. Anything that they could use to tie a Haitian immigrant to this gang, real or make believe, they're going to do it, and they're going to start deporting, as they stated, legal U.S. residents, legal permanent U.S. residents will now start being deported if they believe or if they've deemed if been deemed to have quote supported or collaborated end of quote with the Haitian gang Vive Ensemble. Hmm.
mm-hmm.
This is happening.
Yeah. I mean, well, when you look at the Immigration and Nationality Act, there's only really four ways you can be placed in removal proceedings, and that's if you commit certain crimes, which could be aggravated felonies, drug offenses is where they how they begin people up out of here, voter um, fraud in obtaining your green card, so fraud, posing a national security threat, which is, I believe, how the angle that they're trying to go for here. Or you could also look at it from this angle, engaging in terrorist activity. But
Listen,
what I want to make clear is the president cannot deport individuals directly. It has to be done via ICE and DHS. They initiate the proceedings, but the removal orders are issued by immigration judges. So what we really need to be looking at is who are these immigration judges? Because if you look at it, it did transform significantly under Trump's first presidency. He
well, the
put
thing about it is they've already proven that they will deport people even without the immigration judge's orders. They are preemptively doing it and saying, judges be damned. Oh, y'all got a problem? It's too late. We've seen that many times over. The Venezuelan gang I was thinking about was Tren de Aragua. I couldn't think of it. But yeah, this is happening. Hey, Faye, they're gonna start pushing Haitians out of here. Here's the danger for black people. You see how they pushing all of the Hispanic people out just because they look Hispanic? You think they're gonna start coming after black people because Haitian people and black people are black Americans and Haitians are all black. Hello. this is happening. Here we are.
I mean, but it's just, I think the issue is this Supreme Court that just rubber stamps everything that this man wants to do. Because there is Supreme Court precedent that we should be standing by that we're not doing. We're not giving people their due process. I have no issue with you deporting people, but I do have an issue with you deporting people based off bullshit, lies, projections, and then a total lack of due process. It's a very opaque thing that's happening, and then like you can't convince me that it's not racial profiling.
Oh, it absolutely is. Here's the deal also. You even with all of their deportations, they're still nowhere near close to Barack Obama's uh, uh, deportation numbers. Let's be clear. They're still,
And there was due process.
and they had due process then. So there is a way to do this the right way. They just do not want to. I
But
think it's
there's
a combination of two things. They don't want to because they would like the cruelty, and they may not be competent enough to. And then there's that.
I mean, you have to be a competent government to do things efficiently.
Well, yeah, then there's that.
Yeah.
In other news that they want to distract you from, because this is happening, and they definitely don't want you to know about this. Well, the U.S. Department of Labor is aiming to rewrite or repeal more than 60, as they call them, obsolete workplace regulations, ranging from minimum wage requirements for home health care workers and people with disabilities to standards governing exposure to harmful substances. If approved, the wide ranging changes unveiled this month also would affect working conditions at construction sites and in mines, and limit the government's ability to penalize employers if workers are injured or killed while engaging in inherently risky activities, such as movie stunts or animal training. The Labor Department says the goal is to reduce costly, burdensome rules imposed upon previous administrations and to deliver on President Trump's commitment to restore American prosperity through deregulation. According to Secretary of Labor Lori Harvey's direct statement, she said, quote, the Department of Labor is proud to lead the way by eliminating unnecessary regulations that stifle growth and limit opportunity. End of quote. Critics say the proposals would put workers at greater risk of harm, with women and members of minority groups being disproportionately impacted. The proposed changes have several stages to get through before they can take effect, including a public comment period for each one. There's here's a look at some of the rollbacks under consideration. No minimum wage for home health workers is one. Protections for migrant farm workers is another one. Adequate lighting for construction spaces is another one. Mine safety is one. Limiting OSHA's reach and the ability for OSHA to punish employers for unsafe working conditions when there's no specific standards in place to cover a situation. And several others. Those are just a few. But if you look at all of them, this is detrimental to labor rights. Labor unions are outraged. However, labor unions, you had large labor unions that refused to endorse Kamala Harris. If you remember, they said they'd rather not endorse anyone than endorse Kamala Harris. And now that we have this all out attack on unions and labor unions, how is that working for you?
Regulations were written in blood.
Yep.
I think it's going to be interesting if they push forward with this because any business that's worth a damn is going to see that this is a major lawsuit risk. They're still going to go above the minimum because they do not want these multi-million-dollar lawsuits for wrongful death.
Here we are.
Here the fuck we are.
Here the fuck we are. We need to get a shirt. Here we are. Here the fuck we are. Hey, China White. In more news, well, it came down yesterday. This fucktard, he got 33 months. That's Brett Hankinson, who shot into Breonna Taylor's room through a closed window with blinds. He couldn't see in it, so he just randomly just decides to start shooting into a window that he can't see on the other side of. And they wanted to give him 1 day, just 1 day sentence. And the judge said, hell nah. She sentenced him to 33 months.
Still not enough time.
Still not enough time at all.
Still not enough time. Because I feel like qualified immunity, like there should be some sort of litmus test on this. The reasonable person standard. A reasonable person would have validated the damn address before they just went in going, Rambo style. But
and even if you
like I said before, when I was deployed to Afghanistan in active war zone, there were stricter rules of engagement for me than there are for police officers in America. Take from that what you will.
The thing about it is you had this man shooting into a window, could not see on the other side. Bullets were flying into the neighbor's house where there was a woman pregnant and had her child also. She had, I think it was a 5 or 6 year old child in the room with her, and she was also pregnant. And you're just shooting into this room, bullets flying through the wall and flying into the other apartment where this other woman was that had nothing to do with it. And whatever. I'm trying not to spike out. Let me move on. I'm going to spend a little time here because I got time today. I started this yesterday. I told y'all yesterday about Sheriff TK Waters, right? I told y'all that he wasn't shit. I told y'all the problem is not white police officers. It's all police officers. I have the video of him, and we're going to break this video down. I have the video of him. Hold on, let me set it up. Hold on. Put this over here. So I have the video here of him answering questions. Now the video is long, so I'm going to stop and pause as he starts to answer this. But we watched the video yesterday, right? We watched this assault of this black man who basically was pulled over for a traffic stop because they said he didn't have his lights on during the day and it wasn't raining. That he stopped for not having fucking headlights on. Let me start this video. Here we go.
He was charged with resisting arrest without violence.
Yep.
But there was, when I go back and look at the other video from the cell phone video,
Yeah.
I can understand the officer punching the window out. But what I don't understand is, and I know you said that this was not ruled criminal, sucker punching the guy in the jaw.
First of all, let me stop you. Not a sucker punch. I'm not excusing that administratively. I'm going to say that to you one more time. I'm not excusing that administratively. There are things that we definitely need to look at. But the context of this video should tell you everything you need to know.
Well, I take it, it looks like it's a sucker punch because he's looking straight and you see this.
Right.
Okay, and then you see them pull him out and then you see a couple of punches to the face. Now, again, I understand breaking the window, but he charged him with resisting arrest without violence. So I saw a lot of violence I think the public saw a lot of violence against somebody that was not violent.
Well, first of all, Eric, don't try to talk the public into what they saw. They just saw the same videos you saw. So what we're doing, what I'm saying is that it is what it is. This is the information that I want to share with the public in context without a short clip. It's very important to do that because it provides a lot of information to the public.
And you brought up the
It's important, let me finish. It's important for the people to know that you're not allowed to resist a police officer when he's doing his lawful duties. It's been dealt with several different times. You don't resist when you're doing your lawful duties. You don't deserve to get violated, but you deserve to get what's necessary to get you under control and get you and take you into custody.
Let me pause there because I felt myself spiking. Y'all see where this is going, right?
May I interject?
Yes, go ahead, please, because I might spike.
What really upset me is he's going to say, let me finish. You interrupted him. How are you going to tell the public what they saw? It's giving, are you going to believe me or your lying ass eyes? Like, I don't like when people piss on me and tell me that it's raining. Where was the resistance? It wasn't a sucker punch. A sucker punch is when you get punched and you're not looking in the direction that the punch is coming from. That is the very definition of a sucker punch. I know he cheated on his wife and he beats her. Continue.
Oh, because I have more videos of evidence of that. We'll get there. Oh, I'm ready. I wanted to save time for this young man today. I had time today.
So I'll leave there. I'll go with. Go ahead.
One of the discrepancies people were seeing between the police report and what we saw in the video, and even what we saw in that video was the allegation that McNeil had reached down for the knife. That was in the police report. But
Where'd you see? What police report did you see that in?
In the arrest report for McNeil, that was stated that the officer saw him, reach for the knife that was on the floorboard. The video that was posted to social media, and even in there, I couldn't see any clear indication of that. I mean, do you see that when you're watching this?
No, actually, I don't see where his hands are. I can't assume, Jake. No one can assume. We operate off facts and facts alone. I can't make assumption. All I can go by when I read those things is what's stated in the report. I'm not saying whether it's true or whether it's not. I'm saying no one sees his hands at that point. He says, put your hands up, then his hands come up. But it was after the strike to the face. Like I said, again, I'm not trying this case in front of the public. I'm trying to.
Sir, you think we the dumbest bitches on earth? First of all, when the man said he said that the victim grabbed a knife, and you were like, "What report said that?" You don't know what report, sir. You're the sheriff. Excuse me. Doing a whole ass press conference of something that was going viral. You mean to tell me you don't know which report it's in? That's one. Two, if it's on the floor of the fucking passenger seat, he has to literally reach down unless he has these grotesquely long arms. He would have to literally bend over, reach down, and grab the knife that's on the floor. Stop playing with us. You even admitted the man put his hands up, and then you were like, but he put him back down, as if to say, I don't know if he grabbed the knife at that point. But stop playing with me. Let me tell you how I know he didn't grab a knife. Because with all that they did, and that man grabbed that knife, he would be dead. That's it. That's all. If the man had grabbed the knife, they would have shot him dead. Let's be clear. I'm sorry, Cams, you had something. I'm kind of lost here.
Oh, no, I was just responding to Xavier in the chat. One of the reasons why this administration wants to roll back gun bans on domestic abusers is, hint, 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 most of them are police officers.
And then there's that. Let's continue.
Give the public the information in context of what happened. No one saw his hands at that point. Don't know what happened from there, but that's part of the investigative process. Yes, ma'am.
So did officers take custody of the cell phone that he was using to record the incident?
Yes. Put it in the property room.
Okay, that also was not in the report.
But he got it back with all the information still on it.
So can I get back to the sucker punch?
The young lady back there had a question. We can get back to you in a second, Eric.
So did this incident rise to the level that a response to resistance report was generated?
Yes.
Has that been reviewed? And it's still under review? What was the outcome?
So here's the process. When force is used, a response to resistance report is written. It goes to the supervisors. The supervisors then, at that point, review body cam footage. So they would have reviewed this. But you can't see, admittedly, you can't see the strike at all. So it's very difficult. Had they seen that, it probably would have risen to another level to where somebody else would have gone further. Which is why we didn't really know at that time that all this had taken place. I'm a big believer in being honest and upfront. And if something like that happens, I'm going to tell you about it, like everything else that we've done. But it's very important to make sure we get this stuff out here in context so folks can see it. Yes, ma'am.
Sheriff, what are your thoughts on the video that was posted on social media? And here's that one of the officers kind of turns off the video, turns off what's being recorded. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know that he turned it off. I know that at some point we stopped it, but we wanted to make sure you got a chance
He
to see
turned it off.
both views from the officers that were dealing with him publicly, talking to him face to face. At some point it does turn off, but usually when the interaction's over is when that happens.
Antonia, the body cam footage is I just didn't pull the body cam footage because we saw the footage from inside the car. The body cam footage ain't showing us nothing that we don't already see. Let's be clear. Everything on footage, I watched it. It's just from outside the car. That's it. That's all. We actually saw him ask for the supervisor. We actually saw the officer say that you're being arrested for resisting arrest because the man told him up front, my window don't work, so I have to open the door. The man said, get out the car. He was like, no, and he closed his door back. And he said, you're being arrested for resisting arrest. And he was like, I didn't even know I was under arrest to be resisting. Call your supervisor. And that's when the man got mad and then it went to the other guy. You ain't seeing nothing in the body cam footage. And then they stopped the body cam footage at certain points.
And that's why we're still looking. That's why we look at the entire process. That's why we check for JSO policy violations. I can't give you right now whether they turned it off at the right time or at the wrong time. This is my opportunity to share the information with the public, right? And so now we still continue to refer to the social media video. Well, I just showed you body cam videos with much more information. Let's acknowledge that because that's important. The importance is I'm showing you the video, the body cam video from the entire incident from start until they had to turn it off or we stop it for time, for time's sake.
Do you know if McNeil ever filed?
Can I interject here?
He did not.
Yes.
He did not.
First of all, okay, with this body cam footage, storage is cheap. So I don't want to hear we stopped it due to time. Storage is not an issue. Storage is very cheap. Y'all have these huge budgets. I don't want to hear that. But what I want to, because I feel like we're getting beyond the initial point. The point is they never had probable cause to pull this man over. So the cop is saying that, we pulled him over because he didn't have on his headlights in inclement weather. Let me point out some facts here. Not one of the cops had their headlights on. Not even the officer that made the stop. I also noticed vehicle seen driving in the footage also didn't have their lights on. So this does factually appear to be a wrongful stop. Perhaps even a targeted stop because he's black. Moving on. The social media footage from the driver shows he was clearly not digging. He wasn't making any threatening movements. None of that. So when you play the footage clip by clip for the body cam and from the social media footage, it's like we are arriving to the same conclusion because we're rooted in reality. This was just excessive.
And you're trying to explain it away, sir. And it's not going to work. We're not stupid. But I want y'all to hear some of this fuck shit toward the end of this.
And five police for a person that doesn't have their headlights on in inclement weather. 5 police cars for that. I guess, but continue.
He never filed a formal complaint, which we'd have been all over it, had that been the case.
And that's the part I want to highlight too. Yeah, we could do whatever the fuck we want. If you don't file no complaint, we'll continue to do that. But we're not gonna you don't expect us to do the right thing unless you say something about it. Right? The man came to the police station and had to get stitches because y'all threw him to the ground. His tooth got chipped and went through his cheek, and he had to get stitches. The man was concussed and had a whole ass concussion. Y'all didn't think to investigate at that point? Or for y'all, it was just that, and we'll get there in just a second. For y'all, oh, he didn't file a complaint, so there's nothing to see here. Everything must be above ground and good, right? Let's continue.
But he did not. Right there.
So I just want to get back to the punch. Yeah, this is just to be a yes or no question.
Wait, Eric, are you going to tell me how to answer a question?
I'm just keep it simple.
All right, go ahead.
Was it appropriate for the officer to punch this guy in the jaw after he'd already broken the window? Was that yes or no? Was that appropriate?
It depends on the circumstances. But it's already determined it's not criminal. Now we're going to look for JSO policy violations.
Because you've already determined, y'all have already been lockstep and key with the DA to make the determination that it's not criminal. Because the DA, oh yeah, hey, we've already determined it's not criminal. So we ain't got nothing to worry about there. Don't worry about all that. We'll investigate to see, to make y'all feel good. A mess.
How about that? Is that good?
Well,
no, that ain't good.
If a civilian did that to another civilian, they would be in handcuffs.
No, not necessarily. It depends on the circumstances, the situation. I know that's how you want it to be. I know there's a tendency to want to be some massive cover-up that is not. That's why I'm here. I stand up, we talk to you about what happened, we give you what we can give you, then it's up to you guys to report it. But
do you think the public is going to buy that?
I don't know. My point is,
do you think the black community is going to buy that?
Don't use the black thing. I'm a black man. Wait, hold on, Eric. Hold on. Stop for a second. Because you're trying to be incendiary, and this is not the time for it. This is me sharing information with our public, right? The whole statements about the black issue. I wouldn't work here if we're after black men or black people, period. I can tell you he wouldn't. I can tell you any other African American or black male or female that works here wouldn't work here if our black citizens are under siege. Not the case. Not at all. I've been alive probably a little bit longer than you have. Haven't had any of these issues. You know why? Because if I was ever stopped by the police, which I was when I was a young man, and they asked me to do something, I did it. It's simple. Simple compliance. It doesn't rise. It doesn't get out of control. That stuff doesn't happen then. Do as we ask you to do. If you don't like the word compliance, just do as we ask you to do then, so that we can get finished. Then you tell us about it if you feel like your rights were violated, and we can deal with it. That's the way it should work. Every single time. Yes, ma'am.
The officer that has been stricken with authority, does he have a disciplinary history at all?
Not that I know of. We'd have to look, but I don't think so. We'll get you that answer. Anyone else?
Any idea how long this internal investigation may take?
It's hard to tell, but we're trying to get it done as quickly as possible. There are other cases working, but we're trying to get it done as quickly as possible because like I said, we want to share.
Quickly or thoroughly?
We want to share as much as we can, as quickly as we can, because it's that important.
Quickly or thoroughly?
Good? All right, thanks, y'all.
So that was the video, right? Y'all see the cooning around, right? I told y'all yesterday, I remember last year or maybe 2023 covering another situation under his watch as sheriff where they tried to arrest this black man. The black man ran away, tried to run from the police. They got upset because he ran from them, and then they beat him damn near within inches of his life. I remember covering it. Here's the freaking picture that we had from when we covered it the last time. That's the same young man. What happened was, that's him right there in the red, right? Healthy. When they arrested him and he couldn't even go to be arraigned because the man could not see because his eyes were swollen shut from what the police, Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, did to him. And then this other picture up top is one up to the top left is after it took him like a few days to try to heal, where his eyes were fucking open. As you can see, there's still bloodshot red. He defended the officers and said the officers did nothing wrong, and he stands behind his sheriff's deputies. This is the same clown that did that. But I told y'all I had time today because these people, they are who they are. You have to know that this man is of the Byron Douglas faction of the world, the Clarence Thomas faction of society. Here's a video he did some time ago where he was speaking just after affirmative action was repealed. Fox News went and found Black Sheriff of Duval County, TK Waters. Here's him at that time.
I don't believe that, one, I don't need someone to help me do anything. I mean, I think that with a drive and education, I'm capable of accomplishing anything. And then I believe in law and order. I believe in fiscal conservatism. I believe in African Americans being able to accomplish anything in America. And I don't follow the line that we're not able to accomplish anything without help.
When you look at Frederick Douglass and Booker T. Washington, they tend to be conservatives. Has that been lost when people start talking about what's happening right now in America?
I think that it has. I think if you look, I was just elected sheriff in Duval County, Florida, the Southeast. So for anyone to say that it's not possible for us to obtain and achieve, it's ludicrous.
So this is Black History Month.
Yes.
What should America know about the state of race relations today, according to Sheriff Waters?
I think there are pockets where there are issues. I think racism is here. It's real. I wouldn't deny that. But it's not a determining factor about who we are as a community, as a nation. I think overall we're in a really good position. I think if you really look at it, the fact that I'm elected is proof positive that we can do anything, and our nation is in a good place.
Sheriff Waters, and is the best yet to come for Jacksonville as they start rebuilding that city?
The best is yet to come. Yes, sir.
I don't know what y'all want.
Get this can off my screen. Get this can off my screen. Enough.
I don't know what y'all want from me.
The shucking and jiving. I can't deal with this.
I mean, he puts on his best Sambo slippers and does his best step and fetch routine.
These people they got to realize tokens get spent. Tokens get spent. Like being under the illusion of inclusion when you don't have the complexion for the protection, I don't understand it.
A mess. Let me move. I got to move on from him. AOC finds herself under fire. That's her office that got vandalized. Well, she voted the wrong way. She voted to continue to fund Israel with $600 million in aid. So the people had words and said, Now, if you can't read it, it says AOC funds genocide in Gaza. And I guess that's supposed to be blood. It's red paint. Probably supposed to be blood. But the people had said, yeah, we're not here for this, AOC. My question now, they're chopping this up to, they're saying that her vote, what happened was, on Friday, there was a defense spending bill amendment that was authored by MTG Marjorie Taylor Greene that would have eliminated funding for the Iron Dome, right? And so AOC voted no on the spending bill itself, on the whole spending bill, which passed the House and included more than $600 million in aid, but did not vote no for the amendment. I'm sorry, did not vote yes, excuse me, on the amendment. She voted no on the amendment, which would have stopped sending more money for the Iron Dome. Technicalities, but the people saw through the technicality. The people saw it for what it was. AOC, the people say they need answers. You can't have it both ways. And I'm of the belief at this point, I'm not voting shit. I don't give a shit. They could say we're voting to give black people reparations. I'm gonna look at that bill and say, what comes along with these reparations that you're giving me, Republican Party? Because all money ain't good money. Everything there's nothing that comes out of that right side of Congress that I'm at this point that I'm voting yes for. I'm voting no for everything. I have nothing to lose. They're going to get everything they want anyway. So every vote that you have is a vote of conscience. You can vote your conscience if you're on the Democratic side. I don't know, but AOC, the people had smoke for you. I'm just saying. They did. I ain't got nothing to do with it.
Yeah, you do. This your wing. This is your wing of
This
the.
is my wing. It sure is.
This is your
This
wing.
my progressive wing. And I just told you, AOC, you was wrong. You should no. There should be no more. If you're saying if Benjamin Netanyahu is currently having a whole ass genocide, there should be no money going over there at all. We literally have U.S. aid organizations that have U.S. on there, which are usually which is ceremoniously simply traps for them to lure Gazans to these places to try to get aid, only for them to murder and gun these people down, men, women, and children alike. The people go there seeking aid, and they have targeted. This is happening for real. And in some mythical other world, I don't know, other plane or other dimension, y'all seem to believe that these people that live in this area are going to ever want any parts of being amenable to Israel or the U.S. Why would they? Like, how are you making the situations better over there? How?
So I think that this is a microcosm of a much larger issue where my criticism, and this is why I've actually taken a step back from politics in general now. I refuse to do it. The purity tests are a firing squad at this point, because you could be 90% lockstep, but that 10% you get dragged where you diverge. So my question is, where do you have some sort of strategic compromise where there is incremental improvement versus absolutely nothing? That's the question that I hold on.
No, and I'm with you on your question.
That's just the question I've been asking now, because I'm like, this is so more complex than
go ahead. I'm sorry.
a yes or no vote. We would have to go all the way back to the beginning of this. And I think that the issue that I have with a lot of people that are engaged in these conversations is, one, they don't have nuance at all. They don't understand context. They have little to no media literacy. If you think that you could solve these complex geopolitical issues, if you think that you have it completely solved, you're an absolute idiot. It's so many moving pieces and parts to this that I'm just like, there is no winning. Like, I want to stop the genocide, but like the two-party solution, the two-state solution would be the best compromise, and not everyone even agrees on what that looks like. And so it's just, to me, a bunch of people screaming, and we still have people dying. So what are we gonna do?
My only concern with it is, like I said earlier, if this were a situation where AOC's vote is going to move any needle, I understand that in order to play the long game, you have to compromise or you have to give up some things sometimes in order to get some things in politics. Those things happen. However, as we speak, the Republican Party is not negotiating with any parts of the Democratic Party. Nothing that they're doing right now, any vote that they take, the Democratic votes is of no consequence because the other side is lockstep and key. And so that goes to my point where every vote that you have now is a vote of conscience. This speaks to where you are in terms of your thinking and ideology. You can literally just vote solely based on that particular issue and how you feel and let that be known because you know ceremoniously your vote has already been nullified because they already have the numbers. Now, I agree with you when you say you cannot expect any politician to be 100% with you on anything, even people within the same wings of the party. The thing that has made MAGA and Donald John so successful is even though these people disagree on a myriad of things, he has gotten them to always fall in line 100% of the time. In the same vein that Nancy Pelosi used to do it back in the day. She used to get people to bend to her wishes 100% of the times. That's what leaders do.
And I just
So,
think that,
mhm.
to your point, it was uh, a symbolic vote, is how I'll say it. But I don't know, because it's like what they have no real options right now. I mean,
Yeah, they don't.
because you can't deny. You could try to deny quorum, but the House can compel attendance, and then they can send the sergeant at arms to come pick your ass up. So normally, like, even with all these resignations, like we fucked ourselves in November. I'm gonna just go ahead and say that we
Mhm.
fucked ourselves in November. So I'm tired of all these people that didn't vote, all these super progressive people that y'all did y'all third party vote, you did all of this, that, and the other, and you're the biggest critics, but you stayed at home when it counted. I don't want to hear this shit now. I don't like things that are performative. I like solutions.
And then there's that. In more sugar spiky news, just an update on Caleb Wilson. You all remember Caleb Wilson was killed in a hazing incident at Southern University. Well, Southern University has officially expelled Omega Psi Phi from campus. Um, it was a temporary suspension of the fraternity on campus. However, they have officially expelled um the fraternity from campus. That would be the Beta Sigma chapter of Omega Psi Phi. It has now lost all recognition as a student organization and must remove all fraternity symbols on campus, including plots, benches, monuments, and trees. The university emphasized its action underscores its commitment to student safety and well-being. In cases like this, what usually happens is you are usually sometimes 15, 20 years before they will even entertain that organization coming back. And that's so that there's some space in between so that there are no remnants or vestiges of anybody that was involved with the organization previously still on campus. You may have a couple older faculty member or things like that that may still be around, but anybody, student body, and even a lot of staff members that were a part of the organization are they do it in enough. with such enough space in between that nobody's still around on campus, so that they can eliminate all vestiges of that hazing that was going on. Just wanted to give you that update. Well, here we are.
Trash.
Here we are.
Fuck we
Here
are.
the fuck we are. Some of y'all may not be aware of what's going on. Here's the first video.
My ex-boyfriend, when we met 5 years ago at the height of the pandemic, he was 26, I was 48. He is blonde hair, blue-eyed, MAGA Republican voter who is a New York City police officer. We were madly in love. I did not develop any of his politics. I still have my own. Yeah, my ex-boyfriend was 22 years younger than me, hot MAGA Republican New York City police officer. Yeah. To hear more about that, come to my show at City Winery in New York City, July 28th. It's a Monday, show time 8 p.m.
I just know it was some race play going on. I just
You
know
know it was.
I just know it was. I can't stand that. It's giving tap dancing. You know how I feel about these cans.
Oh, she had a response. Here's the response.
And I was like, let me check on this post and see what the children are saying. And the children are gagging that my ex-boyfriend, the MAGA Republican, Trump voting cop, people are gagging. People are gagging in the comments. And I don't know, I didn't really think about what the reaction would be. I just was like telling the truth about it, teasing the show. It is a big part of the show that I'm doing at City Winery a week from today. That relationship, what the relationship was like, how we attempted to navigate our differences politically. But for the record, when we met on Tinder, when we matched on Tinder, I didn't know what he did for a living. I didn't know his politics. We were just chatting. He actually, told me he did something else. I'll explain. If you come to the show, I'll explain in the show. And I was in love. One of the comments was like, just say it was about the D. That was lovely too. It was lovely. But I'm a grown woman. I'm like, okay, I'm a grown woman. I've lived. I am not going to date someone for like 4 years because of the D or because of something superficial about how he looks. He has a beautiful soul and has really beautiful qualities, and I was in love. And as I found out his job and his politics, particularly in 2020, if you recall, we were having conversations really for the first time in this country about white supremacy and trying to have conversations with people across difference. And
stop. Let me, ma'am, I'm not gonna let you rewrite history. You saying that 2020 was the first time that we talked about white supremacy in this country? Are you fucking kidding me? What country have you lived in? Let me shut up, L Teddy.
No,
video play.
Keep going, because I have something to say. In her initial video, when she said blonde hair and blue eyes,
oh, I knew it was downhill from there.
It was said with such reverence,
right?
As if she's placed that whiteness on a pedestal. That's very disgusting to me.
It was, I'm with you. It was the blonde hair, blue eye, as if we needed that caveat. Why couldn't he just be a MAGA Republican police officer? Why did, he was blonde hair, blue eye. Bitch, that shit ain't cute. Let me let the video go, because I'm gonna let it finish. I might even drop a link because I know some of y'all have some things to say about this. Go ahead.
And anyone who knows me, like for years, I've always encouraged people to have conversations with people across difference with love and empathy. That is a value of mine that I strongly believe in, and that is something I attempted to do in this relationship, and that's a lot of what the show is about, in addition to like, you know, how did I get here? And then things get very complicated. It's not, I don't want to give away what happened in our relationship. You should come to the show and find out if you can. But I do want to say that reading the comments, and I get it, it feels like a lot of people in the comment section are dehumanizing people who have different political beliefs than they do. And I see that all over social media. I see that all over the media. If someone has different political beliefs, they're somehow not human anymore. And that is something that dehumanizing anyone is not consistent with my values. Fascism is not consistent with my values. I am an anti-fascist. I never adopted any of my ex's politics. I always challenged him and with love and empathy and tried to listen to his perspectives, often corrected him.
Bitch, you were a bed wench. Call yourself what the fuck you are. A fucking bed wench. I said it. I'm not gonna hold you to it. You were a fucking bed wench. That's it. Talk about dehumanizing. You do realize him and his MAGA nuts dehumanize you, dehumanize the entirety of the trans community. They dehumanize black bodies. They dehumanize the entirety, whole spectrums of people are dehumanized. But you want us to see the humanity in him when he sees no humanity in us. You do realize you were nothing more than a bed wench. You are basically a life-size fleshlight. That's it. That's all.
I think a fleshlight is being a little bit too charitable. Whole.
She was a bed wench.
No, she was a whole. Let's be very clear. She was a whole. And it's one thing to say this, oh, we can disagree about politics. No, bitch, politics is how much should the budget increase to support schools? Okay, that's politics. I will not disagree on human rights. If you do not view certain people as human, if you are actively trying to eliminate their presence in media and society, this isn't a political thing. This is a moral issue. And the fact that you can still lay and play with that man, knowing how he feels about your community, because that was a vote against your community, it shows that you have no morals. You probably have no walls either, because you'll stand for anything.
Everything at this point, don't come on nobody's television talking about you're an activist, talking about, don't nobody want to hear none of that shit. Do not try to make us understand how you just fell in love. No, absolutely the fuck not. Xavier, you could go over there with Xavier. He in the chat trying to windmill for you. Baby, we have no space for you, okay? Baby, that's it. That's all. No space for you. Because if you're not going to stand up for yourself and you're going to do that, that is your issue. But don't look for, and you see how she's still trying to sell tickets. Oh, come to my show. I'll tell. No, I don't want to hear no more. There's nothing we need to hear. I'm not going to spend money for you to try to explain away why you look at Xavier. Drop the link. Sure, I'll drop the link.
Drop the link, Xavier. But you know, before Xavier gets up here, this is what I'm going to say. Dating someone who supports your oppression, that is not love. That's complicity.
Yep.
Like, it's not even, I'm disappointed that she dated a MAGA voter. It's morally bankrupt. Love shouldn't require you to excuse or ignore someone's supports for systems that actively harm you.
And you get mad with us. Wait. She mad with us because we're upset about it. And we're telling you, these people mean us no. These people want us dead.
All for a piece of pain.
Right.
You know how much D is out
Girl,
here in the world?
girl, you can what, Xavier? What?
Ugh.
Laverne,
What
why
it
would you
happen,
do this?
Xavier?
Laverne, why would you do this? Of all days, why would you do this today? Listen, I'm gonna go on the far left and say this is all a real joke. A very long-winded bad joke.
You wishing on a star, Xavier.
What did you talk to Angelica about this, Laverne? Did you try this joke with Angelica? Did you test it? This isn't funny. This has to be a joke. I don't believe anything what she's saying. 5 years ago, that was when Trump was still president, right? Technically.
During 2020, he was still president. Sure was.
Laverne. And I don't know. But I want to take this conversation a different way because I saw somebody else say this. I think we have to understand that for a lot of trans women, love is this ephemeral thing that they haven't experienced well enough to really understand it. So when they feel like they get a little piece of it, it validates everything they want. So when we
I can't argue with parts of that, Xavier. I really cannot argue with part because I see your point with that. I absolutely see your point with that, Xavier. Absolutely.
Let's be honest, as queer men, y'all know we hang with men who we probably shouldn't have. We all know have messed with
First
somebody
of all,
Who is
no,
we? Are you
Xavier.
speaking French?
Wait, Xavier.
I'm not saying
Don't try to put that
down.
on everybody. And even if I want to go with you, Xavier, I might go with somebody that's your age, Xavier. This woman is in her 50s.
But and here's the thing.
Girl,
I feel like y'all.
This ain't her first rodeo.
But that's the thing. It might be. You don't know.
This woman, no, these people are actively, and they haven't just started. They were doing this during his first administration, actively trying to eliminate and erase the existence of the trans community. Girl.
But again, let's be honest here. For a lot of trans women who are in relationships with cisgender males, yeah, that's probably going to be the norm for them. They're probably going to date somebody who's not bright, who's very violent, has bad politics. I think that the problem is that she came out and said it. But let's be clear, most trans women they're not.
I think
dating.
It goes beyond. No. I think she miscalculated.
I wouldn't even say she miscalculated. Look, I'm not. You trying to be charitable? You trying to be nice? I think it's one thing to crave love in a world that actively dehumanizes you, but it is absolutely another thing to find it in someone that enables that dehumanization and to call that shit love and to feel like that is safe.
And then have the audacity to try to make us feel bad about calling you out on this shit. The girls are gagging. The girls are not gagging. The girls are holding your feet to the fire saying, bitch, what the fuck?
She lost me because I'm like, Laverne, what do you mean dehumanizing? We're not dehumanizing you by saying stupid.
Anybody else that want to come up, y'all can come up too.
But I think we need to really talk about it because there's this thing. I don't know if it's recently, but I don't know. Maybe it, because I thought it was just the young girls, but maybe it is the older women. But there's a lot of people who are just taking anything for a man, just to say they have a man, just to say they've had a man. Like, did you see how she lit up when she said that she had a man, this blonde hair, blue-eyed police officer? Like, she was so happy just to have a man.
She was real excited. But once again, these people have accepted and taken on these societal norms. Now, he's blonde hair, blue eyes. That eliminates all of the other. That makes him so much better. That gives him so much more cachet. Like what the fuck?
It's coming from a different world. That's the prize. This is the prize, to find somebody who says that they love you despite all of what you've gone through. That's the prize. The fact that it was from somebody who of a very tainted, degenerative background might
Hold on
be
for a second. Y'all keep talking.
might be why she probably hit it, because let's be clear, we didn't know about this boyfriend, and she was still famous back then. So
I'm just
she knew enough.
disappointed.
She had enough sense to hide him from us when she was currently with him.
My whole thing is whatever she's writing about in her show, that shit should have never made it out of the draft. I'm just very disappointed that as a black trans person that is from Alabama, this is what you're talking about in 2025.
But again, that's real. Like, let's be honest, a lot of trans women are not good men.
I just feel like she's too well versed. She's too intellectual.
Why? Why do you think that? What about her just gives intellectual? What is about her? She's an actress. What about her gives intellectual?
Actually hearing her talk about her advocacy, how she feels about certain things, and the way that she advocates. So this is why I'm saying it's weird to me, because I just feel like from an advocacy perspective, what's most disturbing about this is watching not only her, but people like her not only tolerate their own oppression, but they're reinforcing it in certain ways. And that's how systems stay intact. That's what's weird to me, because this seems to be the antithesis of everything that you advocate for publicly. But privately, you're doing something entirely different.
But that's a lot of people. That's how a lot of people are.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just different because I have integrity. Like, I'm gonna do the right thing even when
But
nobody.
see, that's the thing. I don't think it's about integrity. I think it's just about intellect. Because no smart person would say, even if they would do this, they would never say it. No smart person would say this.
Not you calling her a blonde bimbo. Okay. Calling her a blonde hair blue eye.
Stupid, but I'm just saying, like, nobody who had at least 2 cents in their brain would go out and say they dated somebody who don't like them.
You know who I could also see saying something like this? Janet Mock. Remember that situation when Pose was on, and there was a whole situation where Janet Mock was trying to explain away or justify some trans phobic comments and stuff like that.
Explain. The transphobia came from Ryan, and she was calling it Ryan's transphobia. But then she broke down and talked about how she was cheating on Poppy. And did y'all know Poppy's in real estate now? He's selling houses.
Mm-hmm.
Does some peen come with the house or no?
No, him and Janet got married. He took her last
Yeah, they
name.
did get married. I don't know if they still together, but I know they got married. But listen,
how these marriages be working? Is it monogamous? I have questions.
So it's not a monogamous, no.
But my thing about it is this. Everything from this point on, ma'am, that you say out here preaching to people all about, we have to stand up for our trans community. You ain't even standing up for yourself. And you know full well the MAGA nuts are going to take this and run with it. They're going to take it and use it as fodder to explain their transphobia, their bigotry.
They do not want you playing sports because they do not want you to exist.
What does this say to the young trans woman or trans man, for that matter, that's looking for somebody to, give them some? I cannot.
It's not unheard of. Like, let's think about it. I'll just go with somebody we know who does accept crap like that. Jared Carmichael.
Yeah.
Like, I about him no more.
This isn't new.
Oh, it's not new. This is something that I think what happened, Xavier, because even you, we did not expect this from her. This guy, but we clock it. Did not accept it, baby. We listen. I'm gonna be singing step by step. Ooh, baby, wanna get to you, girl, because you're a new kid on the block. I don't save space for people who want to coddle, who want to explain away, who want to align themselves, who want to have any credence to the people over there. Baby, you're a new kid on the block.
I don't want to throw Laverne away. I don't want to throw Laverne
She
away.
threw herself away.
Trash has already been collected. Today was trash day. She's already got
Right. She threw herself away. We just picking up the trash, like Cam said.
To dump and retrieve her. Come on now. Let's
No,
be fair
let's
to our
nothing.
sisters.
The
To our
woman's trying to
sisters.
still get you to spend money to come to her show so she can continue to try to patronize you and explain away why she's a fucking bed wench.
Don't call her that.
Again,
It hurts my
charitable
heart.
hole.
That
She'll be
hurts
trying to
my
get
heart.
you. She'll be trying to get you to find you a blonde-haired, blue-eyed MAGA man.
I'm gonna be honest, y'all. The empathy that some of y'all in this chat have, I wish I had that.
I don't have it to do.
The
I think we need it. We need it.
infractions for me to cut somebody off. Like I don't have time for it.
I'm with you, Uncle Jay. I think we were. She might be on the same lines of Caitlyn Jenner.
No, don't do that. No, don't do that now. Let's
No,
not do
we're gonna
that.
do that. We're gonna do that.
We are.
We're gonna do
We
that.
absolutely are.
Caitlyn Jenner,
Xavier,
come
your
on
mic
now.
muffled.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. She got us talking about it, but we won't be going.
I won't be going.
Maybe MAGA can go. MAGA will go, and they can wear their red hats. I'm not saying she won't make money. MAGA's here for it. Ask Moreau.
And I'm not even advocating for canceling her or anything like that.
There's
What I'm
a
saying is
place for her.
I will not be investing any of my time and my money further. And I have enjoyed Laverne Cox for a very long time since Orange is the New Black. However, with this, we're not compatible going forward, and that's okay.
It's okay.
I'm not saying that she's a terrible person. She just don't move the way I move.
She could be on the same bill as Flame Monroe. And Flame makes a lot of money. Y'all can go over there with all of y'all stupidity. Go over there. Okay. I have no problem. Make your money, honey. Go get filled up with all of the white caulk that you need, okay?
Janae, I don't believe. Look, I think that it continued on after that, because why would you say like, oh,
She did not, Janae. She said they were together for like 5 years, and they were together even after they broke up. After she found out, yeah, they were together even after she found out. She loved him.
Public humiliation ritual. Maybe that's what it is.
You know what? People keep saying that, but I just feel like some people in the bedroom like to be degraded. That's what they're into.
But I don't even think it was like on a bedroom thing. I think it's like I don't feel like they played race play. Like I don't think she went that far, personally.
Well, we know Shannon Sharp, dude.
Hey, Jay Parrish. Listen,
Type of man,
I
and
just
I feel
had
like
to come and give this some space because I knew this would be something to talk about.
That's what Harold said.
Your microphone.
Did he dump her?
Xavier, you covering your mic.
Release the mic.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
So did he dump her or did she dump him?
Maybe I don't know. It don't matter. Don't matter.
That's context.
No, not for me. It doesn't matter. Mm-mm. I'm just saying.
I don't need to know that. It doesn't
It
have
does
any.
not matter.
I'm deciding to walk away.
Go with God. We gonna do these real quick, y'all. In the further diminution of America as we know it, House Republicans moved to rename the Kennedy Center Opera House after Melania Trump. If you need them. The Appropriations Committee approved an amendment to the Interior, Environment, and Related Agencies annual spending bill that would rename the Opera House and the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts. They would rename it the quote, First Lady Melania Trump Opera House. And the quote. And the vote was 33 to 25 from the panel to approve the amendment.
I know you fucking lying.
No, I'm not.
Why are we naming things after?
After whole porn skanks.
I was trying to keep it.
Here we are. Here the fuck we are. Oh, I'm not lying. I can't make this shit up.
Demetri, another hole.
We're continuing to mourn the death of Malcolm Jamal Warner. Shout out to Beyond Skank, who dedicated her whole website to Malcolm Jamal Warner. You know, everybody from all sections of the Black delegation are mourning Malcolm Jamal Warner. If you grew up in any parts of the 80s, it hit different for us. That was our big brother. You know, me and Keisha Knight Pulliam are the same age. So Malcolm Jamal Warner was always big brother, like my big brother and stuff. We still mourn. We pray for his wife and his daughter. But the entirety of the Black delegation, we are draped in black and we are mourning like we did with Chadwick. Are
I'm not
the wretched episode.
Say that again. No, I think he was in college when they got to the episode with the wretched. I think
Episode.
Theo was in college at that point.
No, but I'm talking about Malcolm. He directed that episode.
Oh, okay, yeah. But his character, I believe, was in college at that point.
I just want to give me a Gordon Gartrell shirt.
I think we all need Gordon Gartrell shirts in commemoration of Malcolm. We love you, Malcolm. May you rest in power. He died. He was knocking at death's door for a long time. That's Ozzy Osbourne. He had been knocking at death's door for a long time. Baby, you were playing around with death for a long time. I don't know what to do. Okay.
He did his farewell show, and then a few weeks later,
and he went on.
Yeah,
he went. You know,
dead, but okay.
I mean, you biting the heads off of bats and shit. I mean, you know, you. How many times you done overdosed and everything, baby? The amount of illicit drugs coursing through your veins, baby. Listen, baby, you was doing the stanky leg on death's door. He went on to the great beyond today at 76. Okay. Tamela Mann and David Mann wants y'all to stop lying on them. He ain't beating her. They ain't getting a divorce. He ain't cheating on her with Dr. Jackie. He said, stop all it. They said we on motherfucking vacation. Why? How the fuck we get into this shit? David said, I don't even know who this Dr. Jackie lady is. I don't even know who she is. I like a lady with a little meat on her bones, not Dr. Jackie. I'm just saying, that's what he said. I ain't got nothing to do with it.
He did not talk about Dr. Jackie's weight.
What happened?
He did not say the meat on the bones conversation.
I'm just interpreting what he said. I watched the video. They were like, listen, don't worry about us and stop lying. We on vacation. We on the beach. We cannot be bothered with y'all. Please keep our name out of y'all mouth.
That man said he is not on the T app, and y'all will stop lying on his name.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
This T app.
If you know, you know.
Mm.
If you know, you know.
Well, I don't know.
It's a. Are we dating the same guy times 1,000?
Mm-hmm. In our last story of the day, we got to get over to really being. That's Carisha.
That's JT.
No, I'm sorry, that's not Carisha. That's damn JT. I don't confuse because Carisha lips ain't as big as JT lips. Anyway, that's JT, not Carisha. She say her and Lil Uzi Vert getting married.
You know,
Yay!
I love love.
I'm here for lesbian relationships. You know, I love a good old bulldog wedding. You know, they always have something, a nice suit, something fitted.
Not Chef Don, that's the mean girl.
This is why we cannot have nice things. This is
I
exactly
mean,
why we cannot
Yes.
have nice things.
I don't have
They
any,
both gonna be wearing skirts.
I have nothing negative to say. They seem
She
like
said they definitely
they
get
love each
married.
other. She look.
What's wrong with the lesbian wedding?
Actually, I don't want to misquote her. Here's what she said. Quote, I'm not married yet, but we definitely are going to marry each other. That's my best friend. That's my dog. Uzi is such a cool person. We've been together since 2019. So we've been growing together. We just look at each other and are like, damn, we really cool. We really know each other. We really can exist and like each other. It's beyond love. He be wanting me to come hang with him. I'm like, boy, we live together. Why do you want me to come to the studio and hang with you? End of quote.
Can't wait.
I don't care. I don't.
I love love. Hope it works
This
out.
is
I mean,
I don't think that there's. I mean,
I don't know what I don't know.
he's just well, he's not he's a them. He's non-binary.
they them.
I mean, at this point, I guess there's hope for me finding love.
There isn't.
There's no hope for
You're
me.
gonna have to move. Not there.
Love with the
I'm
MAGA
not looking
supporter.
for
You
it
can
here.
find.
Just
Let's be
saying.
clear. I'm not looking for it here.
We're not.
I mean,
Girl.
gear.
Um
I have nothing. I mean, I don't have anything negative. Like, oh, I hope it works out.
okay. Let me bring them back up. So y'all see how Xavier Cams came up here today and kept me company? I don't know where Chef Don was. He couldn't get his ghetto ass phone to probably work. That's why he didn't come up. You know, Chef Don be with those ghetto ass devices over there in the ghetto. That's why he didn't come up. I don't know where Harold was. Probably looking for trade, like always.
In the chat.
Are we doing our Friday freestyle? That's what I like to call it. I call it Friday freestyle.
I'll be out of town this week. After this weekend, I got a couple weekends.
You know what? You could just
I have to go out of town this weekend. But after this weekend, I have like 3 weekends where I'm home.
We're not asking about the net. We was talking about this one, and you're
Listen,
doing.
I don't know what to tell you.
Flew out somewhere to some island, some.
He gonna be with some damn man because it's always some damn.
Well, no, 4 for 4 is taking me out, but that's next month in the middle of the week, though. That's not gonna be in the weekend. It's gonna be in the middle of the week.
And see, you be entertaining bullshit, and this
It is bullshit. It show is like that you ain't lied about.
You entertain.
4x4 is trying to make an honest woman out of you. You need to be serious.
Is he serious with that meat? You telling me I need to be serious? Is he serious with that meat?
Motion of the
when
ocean.
You can't feel any motion.
I mean, if I'm in the middle of the ocean and we got currents and tsunamis, that life raft ain't gonna help me, honey.
The life raft saved them people from the Titanic. Biggest ship ever.
A lot of people
sank to the
died
bottom.
from the Titanic.
They died of hypothermia.
A lot of people froze to death and all kinds of shit.
Yeah, it was terrible. Terrible way to go.
On the life raft, froze to death.
Look, hanging onto a door as well.
Kara, did y'all go out and buy that woman's tickets to her city winery date, Laverne? He was on the palate cleanser, not this Manic Monday, but last week. I told y'all he was gonna be on there. I ain't tell y'all which one he was, but last week's, was it Manic Monday? I believe it was Manic Monday.
Oh my.
He was on there.
Come on, senior military and aviation correspondent.
Wait, what happened?
Sides queen.
I'm not playing with y'all.
Sides
If I
Size
ever
Empress.
figure out how to get my equipment to work, I'll be your senior military aviation correspondent. Uh, Now, Terrence, you cannot have us up here talking about getting your equipment to work. Us down here in the community, we take that a whole lot of ways, Terrence, and we know you is not down here in the Rainbow Coalition compound. I had to look a second time, say, wait a minute, why is Terrence getting equipment to work for me? Because the way Janae finna come over here and fuck me up,
And would.
It's dirty because nobody thought that.
Well, you know he's a whore.
I am.
A very lovable whore if your roster is anything.
Listen, y'all, we got to get out of here. Really be his live. She gonna cut me. Anyway.
All right, see y'all over there.
Bye, y'all.
Listen, y'all, as I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you to the channel. They are much obliged and much appreciated. Y'all could have been a whole lot of places, but y'all decided to be here with me. And I thank y'all for doing it. Please consider subscribing. Make sure you hit the like button, or you may want to become a member. Shout out to the members. And if you want to contribute to the platform, you can always do that here. And there's a QR code always somewhere on screen. I thank you all so much. We will be back here tomorrow. I believe we're going to have a Teacher Project 2.0 as well tomorrow. So we'll confirm that. Anyway, we about to go over to really be. Y'all stay put. And I'll get y'all over there. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out. I love y'all. See y'all tomorrow.